first sentence here. I lost my pencil, so I borrow my friend. There's a couple mistakes in this first sentence. So who thinks that they know a mistake in this sentence? Pizza, can you tell me one? Okay, so this sentence is saying that you borrowed your friend, right? Is that what we're trying to say?
No.
No, it's not. So, Pizza, can you say it correctly?
I lost my pencil, so I borrow from my friend.
Borrow what?
Borrow one.
One from my friend. Good job. So that's how we can use it. So you borrow something, right? You're not borrowing your friend. That's kind of silly. You're borrowing something from your friend. I see one more mistake here. Let's pay attention to our verb tenses. The word lost here. Bill, do you see another error?
I have lost.
Okay, well, let's look at the word lost. What tense is lost? Is it present tense or past tense?
Past.
Past. Present. No, present tense of lost would be lose. Okay, so we need to change our other verb. What other verb do you see in this sentence, Bill? Lost is our first one. What's our second verb?
Borrow.
Borrow.
Past.
Really?
Present tense.
It's present, but since this one's past tense already, we need to change this to past tense. How can we change borrow?
Lost.
Say again, Bill?
Lost it.
Nope, lost is okay. We need to change the word borrow.
Borrowed.
Yes. Okay, so now we have a correct sentence. I lost my pencil, so I borrowed one from my friend. Okay? And make sure we're using the sentence or the words correctly. So our next sentence, my sister was fainted because she stayed in the sun for too long. Who sees an error in this sentence? Mid A, do you see one?
Was fainted is was and fainted are both past tense.
Okay, so which word do we need can we get rid of?
Was.
Okay, so all we need to do here is just get rid of the word was. Because remember, we use was with our verbs that end in ing. Right? This verb ends in ed, past tense, so we do not need the word was. So all we need to say, my sister fainted because she stayed in the sun for too long. Okay, good job, Mid A. All right, let's look at another one. I proof to a friend. So the word proof is used wrong in the sentence. What kind of word is proof? What is our part of speech for this word? Lily?
Proof is, I think, a noun.
So what word or words can we add, Lily, to this sentence to change or to make it better?
I show my proof to a friend.
Showed proof to a friend. Okay, so we've added our verb now. I showed proof to a friend. And remember, when we're using the words in a sentence, you need to also show me that you know the meaning of the word. So this here, proof could mean anything. Okay, I could say proof could be like a book. Say I showed proof to a friend. Is this proof? Maybe.
No.
But okay, say I could show proof to a friend. Is this proof?
Maybe, but not so.
Okay, so what is something we could add to show that you know the meaning of the word proof? Ciro, what is proof in the sentence?
Proof means that show evidence that you did something and it was or in a case that you someone thinks that you did something and you have to show proof to show that you did not do it. For example,
Right.
I showed proof to a friend that I didn't take his pencil.
That I didn't take his pencil. Good job. So that is how we can add to the sentence to show that we know the meaning. I showed proof to a friend that I didn't take his pencil. Okay, good job. All right, let's look at another one. I borrow Liz a pen. What are we missing in this sentence?
We are missing had.
Can you say the sentence using had?
And the word borrow, it must have an ed.
Okay, so that's if we want to talk about past tense. I think more importantly, if I'm the one borrowing, then I'm taking something, right? I borrow. I have it now. Okay? If I give someone something to borrow, I would say I lend Liz a pen. Okay? Or I borrow a pen from Liz. So we can say this sentence two different ways. So if we want to just keep it as it is, instead of using borrow, we would say I lend Liz a pen. That means I give it to Liz so she can borrow it. Okay? If we want to change it to use the word borrow, we would say I borrow a pen from Liz. Does this make sense to everybody?
Yes.
Do we see the difference between lend and borrow? When you're lending, you're giving to someone. When you're borrowing, you're taking from someone. Right? So an easy way to not make mistakes like this is just to double check your sentences. And while you're at home doing your homework, if you are not sure about how to use about how to use a word in a sentence, circle or write it down, and then you can either email me or you can ask me at the beginning of the next class. Okay? So remember, it's very bad practice to use words wrong in a sentence. Okay? So if you're not sure, just write it down so you can ask me. All right, let's look at, we have another word that was commonly used wrong. My mom insisted me to do my homework. So when you insist on something, or you insist that something. So we need to use, so instead of my mom insisted me to do my homework, we're going to take these two words out, me and to, and we're going to replace them with that I. So instead of saying, my mom insisted me do my homework, insisted me to do my homework, we're going to say, my mom insisted that I do my homework. Does that make sense to everyone? So someone insists that you do something. Okay, so let's look at this sentence here. My dad insisted me to go to bed. So how can we fix this sentence to make it correct? So you can use these first two as an example.
My dad insisted me that I need to go to bed.
Insisted, I want to get rid of me too. And what do we add instead?
I. That's I.
Yes, very good. So my dad insisted that I go to bed. Okay, good job. And what about our last one? My mom insisted me washing the dishes.
My mom insisted me that I wash the dishes.
Okay. So remember, we want to take our me away. So take away the me. And instead of washing, we want to say, my mom insisted that I wash the dishes. We're going to move on to vocabulary strategy. Okay, so today we're going to talk about antonyms. So let's first talk about synonyms. Who remembers what a synonym is? What does the word synonym mean?
Synonym mean the two words are related to each other. Kind of the same.
Okay, so we know synonyms are words that have a similar meaning. So remember, similar means same or almost the same. Okay, so an example of that. B, can you describe these two pictures to show they have similar meaning?
That they are
What's a synonym for hot?
worm.
Okay, so we can say hot and warm are synonyms, right? They have similar meanings. Okay, and then we also have antonyms. Who remembers the meaning of the word antonym?
The meaning of the word antonym is words that have opposite meaning.
Okay, good job. So words that have opposite meanings. So opposite means very different, exactly opposite. So looking at these two pictures, what words can we use to describe these two pictures using antonyms?
Describe
Using antonyms.
cold and hot.
Yes, so we have hot and antonym for hot is cold. All right, so those two words mean the exact opposite of each other. Okay, easy, right? We've done this many, many, many times before. So why are antonyms important? Can anyone take a guess? Why do we care about antonyms? Tulam, why might we care about words that have opposite meanings?
Know what is different.
Okay. And what about when we see a word that we don't know in a sentence? How can antonyms be helpful in that situation? Richard, how do you think antonyms can help us with words we don't know? Antonyms can help us figure out the meanings of unknown words in a text. Okay? Antonyms can also help make comparisons, so comparing two different objects, and help us understand new ideas. Okay, so that is why we care about antonyms. So let's look at this sentence here. I don't care if the spider is tiny or enormous. I'm terrified of all spiders. So which two words in this sentence are antonyms of each other? Boo, which two words are our antonyms?
I don't know.
Well, I'm telling you. So finish my sentence, please. I don't care if the spider is
Tiny or enormous.
tiny. So tiny is one, and the antonym for
Enormous.
the antonym for tiny is enormous. Okay, so those two words mean the opposite of each other. Okay, so how does the use of these two antonyms help us understand how I feel about spiders? How does the use of tiny and enormous help you to understand how I feel about the spiders? What do you think? Do I like tiny spiders, Mitzi?
No.
No. Do I like enormous spiders?
No.
So do we say that I'm terrified of only some spiders, or I'm terrified of all of the spiders?
Terrified of all spiders.
Okay, so by using antonyms, so saying if it's a tiny spider, if it's an enormous spider, you really understand that I am terrified of every single spider. Doesn't matter what size it is. Okay, so that's how they can help us to understand a new idea or a meaning. Kara had to write an apology that was genuine. If it was fake, then her sister would know. Who can tell me the two antonyms in this sentence or in these sentences? Okay, we'll have to come back to you. Kent, do you see the two antonyms in the sentence, in these sentences?
Yes.
Tell me.
Apology.
Apology, what word is this, is the antonym for apology? No. Apology is not one of them. Choose another word. Can you say your answer again?
Right.
Right?
I don't know.
No, not right.
Genuine, fake.
Okay, so our two antonyms are genuine and fake. Remember, genuine means real or honest, and fake means not real. Okay, so those are our two antonyms. So how does the use of the two antonyms help us to understand the meaning of the word genuine? It has to be genuine. If it's fake, then her sister would know.
Yes.
How can we know the meaning of the word genuine? What does genuine mean in this sentence?
Genuine is the antonym of fake.
Okay, so if we know fake means not real, then what does genuine mean? Fake means not real. And if genuine is the opposite of fake, then what does genuine mean, Hen?
Means real.
It means real. Okay, so that's how we can use antonyms in a sentence to figure out the meanings of unknown words. It wasn't just an ordinary day. The most unusual thing happened to me. Who can tell me the two antonyms in this sentence or in these sentences?
Ordinary, unusual.
Okay, so our words ordinary and unusual are antonyms of each other. Okay, so how does the use of the two antonyms help us understand the meaning of unusual? Okay. Minnie, what does ordinary mean?
Means usual.
Usual or
Or it happen every day. Yes.
normal or happens often. Okay, so if we know that ordinary and unusual are antonyms of each other, then James, what would unusual mean?
Not usual.
Not usual or what?
Not normal.
Not normal. Okay, so you identifying that these are two antonyms of each other can help us figure out the meanings. All right. So let's look at this letter here. I'm going to read the letter out loud, and then we're gonna write down some of our words and see if we can come up with meanings and antonyms for each word. So, dear Mom, I know you're wondering what kind of birthday gift I would like. Well, I wanted to help you. I have a genuine interest in getting a puppy. I am ashamed that I forgot to feed my goldfish, but I am honest when I say I won't forget to feed a puppy. Please don't be angry about my request. I feel guilty about my goldfish, and I know I can be more responsible. I think a puppy would be the perfect pet for me. I would walk it every day, feed it, clean up after it, and make sure it stayed healthy. I hope you give this request for a puppy some thoughtful consideration. I would be so surprised to get a puppy for my birthday. Love from your son, Brady. So let's look at our first word here, genuine. So we've just done that one. So I'm just going to do it as an example. So we know the word genuine is going to be fake.
Is when there are two.
And you're ashamed your cheeks get kind of red and hot, and you don't really want to look at anyone. You feel kind of silly. Okay, so we can say ashamed means embarrassed. Okay, so what might be the opposite of the word embarrassed? Well, let's say if you're embarrassed or ashamed, you're going to look down at the ground. You don't really want to tell anyone what you've done. Your cheeks might get a little bit hot. So what's the opposite of that? You want to tell everyone what you've done. What can we say?
The antonym of ashamed, we can say it is
Can you hear me?
Yes.
The antonym of ashamed is proud.
Yes. The opposite of ashamed would be proud. Ashamed and proud. All right, let's look at another one. So we have the word honest. Okay, and what does the word honest mean? B. What does someone do if they're being honest?
They assisting the truth.
Yes, so when you're honest, you tell the truth. Good job. And Sarah, what might be an antonym for the word honest?
Lie.
Can you add a prefix to the word honest?
Dishonest.
Good job. So the antonym of honest would be dishonest. All right, let's look at the word angry. When you are angry, what does it mean? Kent, what does angry mean?
You are feeling bad.
You are feeling, say again?
Feeling bad about someone. Or someone
Feeling bad?
makes you feeling angry.
Angry, mad. Okay, so when you're angry, you're feeling mad. Okay, good job. And what might be the opposite of the word mad or angry? Maggie, can you tell us?
Happy.
Happy. Okay. All right, we can say happy. That's fine. All right, so we'll say happy for that one. All right, let's do guilty. Who can tell me the meaning of the word guilty?
Guilty means you are not innocent.
Okay. When you are guilty,
Innocent.
innocent. Good job. All right, so I think we have about less than a minute left. So for homework today, I'm going to take a picture of this, send it home.